Movers,
The Goat Movers.
the Goat Movers.
That just sounds like that just sounds prestige. The Goat Movers.
Right. So to the www.goatmovers216.com. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Mr. Brown. Shout out to the female or the woman who's working with them, the young lady who's working with them as well. So I'm not trying to mess up her name on here. So
please don't.
nah. I'm not trying to. So So in local news, I think that East Cleveland had another stinking car chase.
That ended in Cleveland, downtown Cleveland, and it cost somebody their life.
So they're doing this again, huh?
So, yeah. I don't understand what's your end result of chasing someone. I mean, did you not think about other lives that you were putting in danger?
Does East Cleveland ever think about that when they chase somebody?
I don't think East Cleveland thinks about anything.
Right. So apparently, I think there was a meeting last night at the council, at East Cleveland City Council. Shout out to Black on Black Crime for being there. And pretty much they're trying to, recall Mayor Brandon King again. And other council people, because
it's out of control.
This gets out of hand. And
he's over the police department.
Swear.
I mean, you are the governing, party over the police department. So you could put an end to all of this if you truly wanted to.
Right.
If you truly knew what your job was.
If you're 216-249-6658, if you're listening to WNRV1081.com, Nerve DJs, we get on your nerve. East Cleveland's getting on my nerves with this. Because of the simple fact of the matter is that we don't, there's no regard. Who are you chasing? And there's no regard for human life.
Why are you chasing, though?
Right.
That's the thing. Why are you chasing? We just got over the Jalen Walker situation. Okay? We saw that we had a loss of life there. So now here we go again in the local municipality here, and you chase someone all the way downtown. You should have stopped. You should have stopped when you crossed the Cleveland line. What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to impress?
I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't stop at East Cleveland either.
Why would you?
Yeah. I mean, you got an all black, I think they 99% black, and they got a white chief.
So you already know.
This is a joke.
The problem is it's been a big one for a very long time, and unfortunately for the residents of East Cleveland who live there, who are law-abiding citizens, who are sick and tired of this. This is a running joke that's been going on for years.
How is like all the council people in East Cleveland is black, right?
Yeah.
So I'm confused. How do they have a white chief? Don't know if the mayor is in control of that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm not talking for the rest of the show.
They are appointed by the mayor.
They are appointed by the mayor.
He appointed a white chief.
Yes.
Y'all lying. It gotta be
No.
Unless he was paid to appoint the white chief.
Back in the day,
Who's gonna appoint him though?
Right.
If the mayor doesn't, who's gonna appoint him?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
The
And
mayor
they're a
appointed.
municipality, so who's gonna appoint him if the mayor doesn't?
Right.
That's crazy.
It's been like that for years.
That's crazy. That in Euclid gotta stop.
Yeah.
Euclid is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why voting is so important, and
This is when we say voting has consequences.
right.
This is what happens.
This is what
Voting has
happened. Right, you voted that guy in, and you have another police chase, and then in the loss of life. How many times has East Cleveland's car chases ended in a loss of life?
Too many times.
Innocent loss of life. Not the person you're chasing, but somebody else gets caught in the crossfire. Just like I said about in Akron, where 90 shots were fired and 60 hit Jalen Walker.
42.
Well, 42.
42 accounted.
Okay, isn't that enough to kill a person?
That's enough, but we need to be fair across the board because we can't put the narrative out there to fuel the fire of 60 shots when they come back and said that it was 42.
That hit him.
42 that they accounted, yes.
That's
42 too many still.
But was there 90 shots fired? 90 bullets fired?
I believe there was 90.
Okay,
yes.
So that's even worse. So that means they lied.
Autopsy?
Well, that came from the coroner. in favor of, and the family's attorney, no, it came in favor of Jalen. And the family's attorney, is the one that released it.
Okay, so
So it was 42 shots. It broke down where they
Let me
found
do
them
that.
at, where they went, but it was 42 too many. And these guys
I'm a-
that were police officers, they're less than 2 years on the force.
Did y'all hear about that now that after removing their name tags? Explain that.
Yeah, I did see that, and I don't think that that's right, because if you are a police officer, you should have your name tag on
you.
just like the military.
That's
So it's like they're making up the rules as they go.
Well,
well,
they're making the rules what's convenient for them in hopes that people are not paying attention. So you got to remember, a lot of times things are done because people are so in an uproar about what happened that they slide these things in, and then you miss it. So that's why I always tell people, we got to stop getting caught up in our emotions, because once they have the emotions, they do what they want to do. Just like when we were in this pandemic, all these laws were being made while we were on lockdown. So they had us in timeout as adults, because they was up there doing what they wanted to do, and they didn't need us being, distracting them. So what better way than to control us?
right. Let me do
By that.
Let me do the math numbers here. So 90 shots were fired, 42 hit Jalen Walker. So that means there were 48 shots that were 48 bullets accounted for. So 48 bullets. So somebody might have been hit by a stray bullet. A couple of them, like 48 of them, were just flying in the freaking air.
Or they're on the ground. Yeah.
Oh, in the air, in the ground, or whatever. So that means somebody else could have got killed.
The situation is terrible all the way around.
Right,
Don't get me
exactly,
wrong.
right.
It's terrible all the way
This-
around. There was no need for
I got three-
this type of
I got-
militarized.
right.
It was almost like they were at a firing range.
Right. I got three syllables for you. Disgusting. Pretty much. That's how I feel. I feel it was disgusting. I feel it was disgusting. It was notoriously bad that you shooting at somebody 90 times, 42, whatever. You still got 48 bullets unaccounted for.
Now they were accounted for, they just weren't in him.
That's like I said, 3 syllables.
The whole thing was
Disgusting.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I said, on the show when all this went down, I said, I hope and pray that his mom finds the strength to allow the world to see him, and that she would have an open casket. And she did.
Right. So
You
here's.
might be listening to the show.
She should be listening to the
That
show.
could be possible.
Right.
But I want to thank her for having enough
Right.
courage to show the world, to put her son on display, in hopes that this will somehow move the needle for us to be able to invoke change. Because we got to stop saying the RIPs. We got to stop being upset. We stop the balloon releases. We got to stop putting the teddy bears and the candles everywhere. We got to learn how to make change and make change happen.
So
All this gathering ain't going to get us nowhere.
true that.
We need to ask.
True that.
When we go
So
to the table, we need to ask. We got to go back to the days of Malcolm, Brother Malcolm. Y'all know how Malcolm X was
right.
in Malcolm X the movie, when he went to the police station, and when he came out that door and lifted his hand up and gave a sign, and them brothers just turned around and moved. Y'all
Right.
seen that?
right. So I like I said, rest in peace, Jalen Walker. Hopefully that you don't die in vain over this one. Is more to that than just marching. Register, take action, do whatever you have to do to make sure this doesn't happen in your community, because it's happening in too many times all around. And then you got teenagers out here in Philadelphia found out they beat a 74-year-old man to
I
death.
saw that.
Now that's disgusting as well, because I am
What was the
disgusted.
purpose?
They was robbing him, and then
Why were they not at home? Where are these, excuse my language, where are these punk ass parents?
same ones that listen to R. Kelly. I'm just saying. I'm throwing out the thing about it is.
Ain't no R. Kelly.
Thank you.
Shit.
Thank you.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to say this. These quote unquote parents were not doing anything to raise their children to
Stop
get them.
trying to be your children's friends. You're doing them a disservice. You cannot be your child's friend and a disciplinarian all at the same time. You have to set the boundaries with your children.
Troy caught up late. Shout out to Troy Harris. He said, Mr. Jones has his hand has his red-handed self caught in a cookie jar, pretty much stealing money from the community. That's pretty
that
much.
what Troy said?
Yeah, he said Bashard Jones, not Bashir. He said Bashard. What did he do this
I
time?
know the history between those two. Hey, Troy.
So, yeah,
Troy's
Troy.
hilarious.
So it's like, meanwhile, this is the reason why we have these problems. You got crooked politicians doing stupid stuff, and then meanwhile, you have the youth running around here all crazy.
They think they nickel slick.
Right.
These politicians think they nickel slick.
Oh, they gonna
But
be.
they nickel slick and still
They
short.
gonna nickel slick their ass, wind up in a federal prison. That's what they're gonna be nickel slick doing. They're gonna be nickel slicking it inside federal penitentiaries.
And we've got to address some, while we're talking about, our council people, we got to address the community relations department too. We have a community relations department
What
that has
department?
community relations.
Okay.
You want me to say it again?
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay, community relations. That has not addressed the issues that are going on in these communities. You have people calling down there. They're not getting a return call. We must address the community. You are there for a reason. Hello, City of Cleveland Community Relations Department. We are calling you. Answer the phone.
I mean,
Answer the phone.
don't they pay people our hard-earned tax money to answer these lines? You know what I mean? What are they, asleep at the wheel faster than the Cleveland police officer that was caught on Superior Road? You seen that?
I saw that.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was very disturbing.
What they do?
He was asleep. He was
asleep.
in his squad car, and
Yeah.
somebody knocked on the
Sleep on the
window.
job.
He was asleep on the job.
We ain't heard nothing yet, have we?
No.
Nah, we
Been
haven't.
fired, suspended?
Nothing.
No.
Not yet. I don't know.
But listen though, we gotta be careful with that too. So we gotta walk a fine line with that because the department is down about 200 plus officers.
250 to be
it
right.
250?
Yeah, to be exact. And they only have 28 in their training
in
class
the
academy. So need more officers. Listen, if I encourage you, if you don't have a felony, if you want to change the community, if you want to police your own neighborhood,
We need to remove the box on that.
right? We need to remove
the
that.
box, remove the felony box. Because at this point, every law that has been created is pretty much a damn felony.
Right.
If you're not careful. Because that's their way of keeping us down.
It could be pushed to a felony.
It's even worse in the South because you can't vote.
That's the problem.
It's deeper.
That's the problem. See, the thing about it,
It's by design though.
and here's the thing. So the design, unfortunately, is going to break the particular system that they designed it for.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
Elaborate.
okay, let me just say this. You need people in these communities to police their own communities. But at the same time, you're giving these African American people felonies for things that should be misdemeanors like drugs and things of that nature. So if you have more people that know about their own communities, then there will be less crime in the communities because they would know the police officers that are patrolling the communities. But if you give these same people out the gate felonies, then they can't apply for the police department. So you're down all these officers because of the simple fact of the matter is nobody can. Either nobody wants the job or nobody can apply for the job. And the people that are leaving the Cleveland Police Department, they're going out to these suburbs and getting high rates of pay and everything else.
Here's what I will say to that about us
Mm-hmm.
not being on the police force because we've taken this snitches get stitches
Right.
too far.
Mm-hmm.
We've taken it too far. But in the same token, kind of back it up a little bit when we, everybody's in a hoopla about Jalen Walker, as we should be.
Uh-huh.
We should be in an uproar.
Very much so.
But we need to carry that same energy when it's us against us. When you got little Dang Dang and he done shot little Pookie, I want the same uproar. Don't pick and choose how you want to do things. You want to be
right.
mad about what the police did? Be mad about what your next door neighbor did. We got to start holding each other accountable. We can't keep blaming or getting an attitude when the police go out here and do something to one of us. Because until we begin to care about us, ain't nobody else gonna care about us. So stop picking and choosing who you want to protest, when you want to get in an uproar. If we gonna be in an uproar, damn it, let's be in an uproar all the time.
Yeah.
We need to be in an uproar all the time.
That's why why do you think I'm wearing this shirt? Because there are young people out there who are making their own businesses, doing their own things, and and Goat Movers does need some help. Goat Movers need some help.
You can't
with,
say it like I say, Larry. Go to movers.
well, the thing about it, the thing about it is,
Go to movers.
but the thing about it is that companies like that need more help. And there was a job fair at the Old Salvation Army on Huff for re-entry of people with felonies. I seen some people down there, but it should have been filled up to the brim. They was also giving away free produce like peaches and stuff like that.
Who was this?
This past Friday.
What was it?
It was a job fair at the Old Salvation Army at 60.
For re-entry?
Yeah, 6,000 Huff Avenue.
Returning citizens?
Yes. So
How many people showed up?
there was 50 people there, and 50 to 60 people there.
That's it?
And there was like 20 employees there. And some of them were you getting applications on the spot.
Were they hiring on the spot?
Yeah, and then they
How
were.
many did they hire?
I think one company hired like maybe 5 people.
What about the other ones?
They turned in their applications and they would call
Here's my
them.
problem with that whole situation.
What's that?
Let me give you my overview, my analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Hogwash. Because here's the thing. Don't do it just to be out here doing it. So you get cool points or brownie points, or say, oh, we did try to hire returning citizens, convicted felons, whatever you want to call them. But the proper term is returning citizens. Don't just be out there to be out there. If you're not willing to make an impact and go against your hiring guidelines, don't come out here and act like you want to hire them, when in reality, when you get back to your office, you never look at those applications again. So when they do those types of things and they bring all these companies together, and we know that we're going to be having returning citizens that we know need gainful employment so they don't go back to what they were doing that made them a felon, we need to put MOUs in place. MOUs meaning memorandums of understanding. So whoever put this event together should have had an MOU in place to say, hey, listen, all right, XYZ company, you coming in, all right, this is your MOU, this is your memorandum for understanding. You got to hire 5 people. As long as they meet your bare minimum requirements, you have to hire them.
Right. All right. And Natalie said Bashir Stones thought he had the same clout as your longtime council persons and try to get away with things they did and not have the experience as others. And Troy always said that Bashir was a bum. So
Them two.
I am not. I'm leaving that alone. All right. So we're playing Avant.
Is that what this is?
Yes, Avant. 4
Is
minutes.
he still sick?
I hope he feel better, but I'm playing him anyway because we don't play our Cleveland zone. So we'll be right back on WNRV1081.com, Nerve DJs Network. We'll be right
Well,
back.
they're getting on my nerves.
Whatever.
See,